Hey everybody, it's Jen again, and I got a little tripod thing now. I don't have to hold my camera with my hand, and so I'm not like gonna be doing this all the time. Like, oh, I'm talking to you, but oops, oops. Kind of nice. I also have some dog confetti on my shirt. I'm not gonna worry about that. I've been cleaning and working on packing, and I mean, you just would not believe. Uh, Well, if you've moved a house, you know, and me with my kind of hoarder tendencies, I've been throwing a lot away and trying to sell stuff, and a lot of people just don't want your junk. So it's like the only person that has any meaning to is me, and a lot of it is just I really do not see myself going forward with it. So I'm throwing a lot away. Trying to pick out a few special things and maybe keeping them for relatives and friends and things like that. But I'm not keeping a whole lot. Um, anyway, I sent a message last night to one of my friends, and it was a little funny that had to do with his line of work. And the response I got back was kind of funny too, because it was kind of like, haha, that's funny. But what's going on with you? What's going on with the man? What, like, is that over? Are you still doing that? I haven't heard anything. What's going on? It's just like, okay. Hint taken. I didn't do my blog last week. I'm trying to do Mondays, but um, I didn't do one last week because I was just overwhelmed. I have so much to do yet. I mean, besides the house, besides getting married and going to Roatan and getting the dogs to Roatan and getting everything down there, and blah. Um, I also have to jump through the hoops to get married in Honduras, and that's one of those things. It's like Nolan and I had talked, and we were going back and forth on stuff. We try the U.S. and see if we could be here and all that. And the U.S. is not taking it right now. They're like, nah, no, try again later, try again later. And especially with stuff at the border, I think it's really bad now. It's just not even worth our time to bother. And we had thought about Canada, and I'd actually, I'd talked to lawyers in the U.S., I'd talked to lawyers in Canada. And so I talked to a lawyer in Canada, and we were, oh, excuse me, long day. And we were really seriously thinking of um, utilizing my Canadian citizenship and going to Canada. And then I think it got cold, and we both kind of went like, it drops down to 50 degrees, and we're both like, ooh, it's cold outside. So we decided to kind of skip the Canada thing for now. We're like, yeah, no, that's not what we want to do. So then we decided to go to Honduras and kind of go from there. And the thing that I just didn't even think of it, I didn't think of it. Because, we had a lawyer to work with getting Narlan into this country, and in the U.S. we had a lawyer to work to getting Narlan in the country in Canada. But, I'm an American. Aren't I allowed to just go wherever in the hell I want? Oh, I guess I can't get married in Honduras without jumping through a few hoops. I can go there with just my passport for 90 days, but I can't get married down there without jumping through some hoops. And so I was informed, like, last week, a little, let's see, last Monday, it was the Thursday before last Monday or something like that. I was like, oh my God. Um, that there's some paperwork that I'm going to need to get done. And I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to get all these hoops jumped through before I go down to Honduras. Like, there's quite a few of them. And I think well, it sounds real simple when it's on paper. It's like, oh, you need your passport. Oh, you need a certificate that says that you're single. Oh, you need a background check. Oh, you need blah, blah, blah. And it sounds real simple, but you don't just need those things. You need to get them. You need to get them translated into Spanish, and then you need to get them. I can't even remember. I'm sure I'm going to butcher this. Apostilled, something like that. Basically, I think you have to take them to the Secretary of State. What? And get them like certified, kind of like notarized, but by the Secretary of State, or I don't know. And so I'm like, oh my God, where do I go to get all this stuff done? And secondly, when you talk about a background check, when you talk about like, oh, you need to do that, I mean, what? The paper says go to like your local police department or something and get a copy of your record. But when I called the police department, they were like, oh, well, we just do it for our jurisdiction. And I mean, is that really what they need? Just like in my own little city that I've never committed a crime? I don't know. So we're working on finding those things out. And there's a thing. Well, there's a thing definitely in Roatan, and I know this. There's a thing in Roatan that's called Island Time, and Island Time is, somebody says, yeah, we'll get to it soon, and soon, maybe anywhere from today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and I see this with Hondurans when it comes to that they're actually sort of like me. They kind of wait till they actually need it, and then they try to get it real fast. And so it's like, no, don't worry. Oh wait, we need this. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with all that paperwork, but I need to find out about that paperwork, and I've been finding out what some of it. But that's why I wasn't on here last week. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Cry? Like, no, I don't want that energy on. Don't want any of my friends seeing sad energy right now. But yeah, it's a little overwhelming. But no, marriage is still happening. The move is still happening. Narlan and I are still deeply in love, and I still text with his mama every couple of days, and it's all good. It's all good, and I'm happy. I'm stressed, but I'm happy. I mean, some of the other stuff that came up. I know. I have the greatest friends. I think I have the greatest friends because so many of them are worried about me. They're like, "Oh, Jen, you sure this is what you want to get into? You sure this is what you hardly know the guy?" And blah, blah, blah. I've known him for over a year. I mean, how many other people have gotten married to somebody faster than a year? I ain't getting any younger. And, people can put whatever they want and say, oh, he's just marrying you for your money, or he's just marrying you for this, or he's just marrying you for that. And honest to God, in fact, I know one of the attractions for him is the fact that I am stable. And it's also that I don't get too awfully mad at him. He first off, he doesn't do a lot wrong. And the things that bother me usually come in the form of like he's working too much. So I didn't get to see him enough. And honestly, I'd rather have the guy who is committed to his job and works and has good work ethic and maybe be a little bit lonely at home than to have a guy who's just there all the time and has no ambition and all that. Been there, done that. So yeah, those are the things that I would normally get upset with him about. The other stuff is just such we mesh. He wants to go to work all day and do his work and do his work and do his work, which is perfect. because that gives me time during the day to be me, which I like to do my things during the day. And, to get some of that done. Um, he definitely has said he wants to be the financer on most all the things. I don't know that we're going to be able to live at a standard I want to live at just with what he can make in Honduras. Do I mind contributing? No. Will I be paying for everything for us? No. No. Not in the least. He's going to pay for as much as he can, I'm sure, and I'm sure he'll work his butt off to try to earn enough to make sure that I'm happy. That's how he rolls. And and I'm at that age where do I mind doing his laundry? Do I mind cooking a meal when he's working late or doing that? No, not at all. I mean, it's just whatever. I am not so busy that I can't do those things. And those little things that he's been doing for himself for so long now are going to be huge to him. Because now, when he gets off work, he's not going to have to go do his laundry. He's not going to have to, you know, go cook his food too and everything else. Although he's an awesome cook. Although he will be cooking some because he's really good at it. And so, I mean, it's just people are worried about stuff like that with it, and it's just like, it's my life. It's my life, and I'm living it the way I want to, and I'm living it with who I want to live it with. I'm also not an idiot. Okay, I'm also not an idiot. I have a prenup because obviously I'm going to be going into this relationship with more than he has, and so I have a prenuptial agreement. We signed it. We're good. Um, we we will have. I mean, I I am hoping this lasts forever. I also went in and updated my will to reflect right now, though. Obviously, I hope we last forever and all that, but right now, my will is set to not give everything to him. Like if I die within 6 months, he'll get a lot. He'll be my husband, but it's set up that way. I also know, just without even thinking about it, if I need or want to come back to the United States, I have places to go. I don't in Canada anymore because my Canadian relatives kind of suck, but my American relatives are great, and I I don't I could go wherever I wanted in the U.S. really, and I'd be fine. Well, I might be like really poor if I lived in Denver or San Francisco or any of those kind of places, but yeah, I could move to Ohio or places where my friends live or where I have family. I could move to those places very easy, or I could come back to Ocala if I wanted to, or go back to Pennsylvania. I never lived in Pennsylvania, Pensacola, and that's an option too. I liked Pensacola. The only reason I really left there was because everything reminded me of my parents at the time. But I really do like Pensacola Beach and Navarre and all that. So I don't know. I could just get in my little RV and take off and live in that too. That's still an option. So I have no idea how this story turns out, but it's all there. I can go do whatever I want to do. So yeah, I mean, people are out there that worry and they're thinking I'm not thinking of all the things that could be or just I don't think anybody's trying to say I'm stupid. I think it's more that they worry about me, that they care, and they don't want to see anything bad happen to me. So they want to make sure that I've considered everything. And I have. I assure you I have. And if something comes up that I haven't considered, I'm also like the most resilient and flexible person I've lived through worse than a breakup in a relationship. So, well, but I just don't think that will happen. Knock on wood. But I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not. I really like Nolan. I really like him. Not only do I love him, I like him. He's funny. He's sweet. Um he's a little obnoxious sometimes. He's still a dude. He's still a dude, but sometimes he's just like, oh my god. But I like that about him. I like that. You know, I don't get on well with I don't know what you want to call them, squishy men. Like that they're too nice, if they're too sweet all the time. I'm a little turned off. So and every once in a while they want a good fart next to you and laugh. That's yeah. Um. So yeah, that's where this is in my life. And the dog back there, I'm sure you've heard Cash squeaking back there. He's mad because I put him in his crate because I was cleaning and he kept coming behind me and making messes. Oh my God. My life right now. So that's where things are. I don't know. Anybody, I mean, people tell me their opinions all the time. I need to take a shower. And I just, I guess I know all the answers in my head. All the answers are there, and all the contingencies and side plans and all the things. I already know that, and y'all don't. So I don't mind the questions, I guess. I don't mind the people reminding me of things. I don't really mind. I kind of mind, but I kind of mind when people go when it comes off like I think you're stupid. Then I mind. But if I care about you, oh man, the best one, one of my cousins. I have so many cousins. Y'all get sick of hearing about all my cousins. I have a ton of cousins, and I went to dinner with with my cousin Debbie, and Debbie is older than me. Um, she babysat me, I think, when I was a baby. Like, okay, so I was born, and then we lived for like a year and a half where I was born, and then we moved to the town she was in while my dad went to Vietnam. Well, it was my dad's sister, so my dad wanted my mom near family. And I think Debbie would come over or babysit or hang out or whatever. And because I think she was closer to, I'm going to have to ask her if, I think she's older than my oldest brother, but if she was not, maybe I don't know, maybe a lot. I can't remember. I don't know. But anyway, she would watch it, But we went to dinner with her. And they're sitting there, and she said, yeah. She said, well, let him know you've got a cousin, and I'm just too old. I'm too old. I'm too old to worry about going to jail. Like, if I need to go to jail because he's done something bad to you, I will. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get them on a video chat so they can talk to each other and she can see how sweet he is. And I actually have a list going. I have a list going of people that are going to get a video chat from now on when I get down to Honduras so that he can meet some of my friends and family and and so they don't feel like, ah. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say this week. Other than things are going fast. I'm not going to get nearly everything done that I wanted to get done before I leave, but that's okay because I will have to go back and forth a couple of times anyway. But that's the update for this week. I'm sure I'll have more to say next week. Maybe. Anyway, talk to you later. Ciao.